Hey everybody, good afternoon. I want to talk about how this economy is just so jacked up to the point where it absolutely makes no sense anymore. Guys, whatever happened to the American dream? There is no American dream. And I look around and I see why so many people are just like running rampant and like they're on a warpath, especially the women. And it's so disheartening because guys, what's happened is that you know the statement. Okay, you know the statement that says money is the root of all evil. I mean, for the most part, that's not completely true, but at the same time, it is true because money has literally taken precedence over life. It completely controls and dictates everyone's movement through life these days, especially these days. And the the dating pool has become a complete cesspool because you know all these modern day women out here, they are quite literally in survival mode. And everyone wants the good life. We all do, and to be honest, in my opinion, we all deserve that good life. We do. We do. Especially those of us that have really been put through the ringer. There are so many of us that have been through so much crap in our lives that you know a lot of things we may have gone through, most other people may not even have survived it. They may have simply just taken themselves out, self-deleted. um I mean, I can tell you all that I've been through in my life. The majority of people would not be sitting here as I am right now telling you about it because they wouldn't be here anymore. But here I am. I've been through it, and I'm still hoping, wishing, wanting, and yearning for that American dream that we're led to believe. But it just does not seem to be obtainable anymore. Our past generations, our parents, even more so our grandparents, depending on your age, they were able to obtain that American dream. They do have that structure. They do have that foundation that they were able to put together, that they were able to build and strive to get, to eventually be able to maybe kick their feet up at a certain age and be able to relax and take a breath and say, I made it. I finally made it. You know, and pat themselves on the shoulder and tell themselves they've done a good job. But guys, these days, in this day and age, that's just not the reality anymore. It is not. The price hikes of, quite frankly, everything are just going up and up. I'm telling you, this past year alone, I've noticed most daily items shoot up in price by like up to $10. And these are just everyday things. As even gas for our cars, you know, I'm sure it's more in some places, but here in the state I live, it's back up around $4 a gallon. You know, we some of us drive smaller cars and four cylinders, and some of us may have hybrids even to try to save on those gas prices. But my vehicle is an older vehicle. It's not new. I own it. I don't have car payments, and also thankful for that too. So my insurance is so much cheaper than most people's car insurance rates are, but at the same time my mileage is climbing. It's getting up there. It's getting up there. I'm at I'm close to 270,000 miles on my car, but because it's a Honda and it's been very well maintained, it's going strong. But it's not going to last forever, guys. Nothing lasts forever. I've been considering actually getting a personal loan out so that I can have, an engine and transmission swap done to it, and, put something better and, bigger and more powerful in it, which I can absolutely do. I may very well do that because I mean, I have to be honest with you guys, I don't want car payments again. The last car that I had car payments on, I was just paying out of the wazoo for it. I mean, I was just, it was crazy. Like my car payment was like an entire paycheck, like an entire week's paycheck for the car payment. And then came the car insurance. The car insurance was like, almost three-quarters of what my car payment was. And, it wasn't a brand new car either. What was it? It was a 2013, and that was in 2018. So it wasn't brand new, but I mean, I was freaking grinding. I was struggling, just trying to keep the car on the road, trying to keep it. And guys, I mean, the prices of things are just, they're so out of control, and it's gotten even worse in the past year. I mean, what has caused this? I mean, is it Trump's tariffs? Did that, like, I feel like that's a big part of it. That definitely made a big impact on it. I mean, especially with international items, when we order certain things, there's so many new guidelines now. Like, I had ordered a T-shirt from overseas that never even arrived. It said that it came, but it didn't. And then it said that I sent it back, and I'm like, I didn't send nothing back. I never even got it. But they wouldn't correct it. They didn't resend it to me, and reason being, they gave me a reason saying something about tariffs, about how much more it costs, for certain processing fees and shipping and customs or whatever. But guys, this doesn't make any sense, okay? Our economy is so jacked up. It's just terrible. It's terrible. And I've been seeing a lot of videos about this too. I mean, especially Gen Z. You know, I'm going through it myself, but I feel pretty horrible for them. And I have a daughter out there too that I have not seen in a very long time. She has been ripped from my life for various reasons, but I wasn't a bad man. I was not a bad father. It just I've been dealt some really crappy cards, okay? But I feel really bad for her because I grew up without my dad, and now she's growing up without hers. But what I feel the worst about is because she's young. She's like 14 years old now, and coming into this world, guys, this world is a horrible place to bring a child into these days. It really is. And I see all these people out here sleeping around, popping out babies, and they don't they don't parent these children. They let them run wild and learn for themselves. I mean, they're not really learning. They're just what they're learning is just toxicity and darkness and theft and scamming and dishonesty and you know all the good bad things. That was sarcasm, by the way. There are no good bad things, but something needs to happen, guys. All these price hikes, just everything's just going up and up and up, and it just seems like there's no end to it. And the worst part about it is our pay rates stay the same. I mean, there's no We work our lives away. We go on our daily hustle and grind week after week, month after month, year after year. And these days, it's like as if we have such a hard time trying to get anywhere at all in life because things just are not right. They're not right at all. Everything's rooted in greed and control and manipulation. This doesn't even seem like a real world anymore. It seems just like it's terrible. It seems more like the movie Matrix. It seems and feels more like our actual bodies, our actual being really is like laid up in some storage pod. Excuse me. Sorry about that. I had a nice phlegm ball that needed to come up. May as well have been a hairball. But yeah, guys, this economy, like I said, it nothing's adding up. I know it's not adding up for me, and I know it's not adding up for many of you out there, and it just something needs to happen. Like I was just saying before, and I kind of had my hairball issue. It really does seem like we are simply just being used. It does seem like the movie The Matrix. It seems like maybe our actual bodies and our actual being really is laid up in some pod somewhere hidden away. And, like we are just being used for our energy. We're just being harvested off of and, to run some larger system. And that is really what it's starting to seem like. I know it is for me because things are just getting worse and worse. Nothing makes sense anymore. And I'm somebody that has actually, I have been awakened and I do see things for what they truly are now. And I see how dark it all truly is, how manipulative all of it really is. And it's just terrible. Like, this is a terrible existence to live in. Um, we just keep pushing, we just keep fighting, we keep grinding, every day. And it's gotten to the point now, I know at least for me, I can only imagine for how many others of you out there, but it's like my life is starting to seem like, day after day, week after week, turning into year after year. It's really starting to seem like the same, it seems like the same week repeating over and over again. That's so bizarre, but that's how I'm starting to feel. That's how I'm starting to see it. It literally seems like we're stuck in living some type of nightmare. Like it's all a big bad dream. It's like I said, it seems like the same week over and over again, the same repeating week over and over again that I live, that we may be living. What is going on here? When are things going to change? When are they going to get better? Because we all of us absolutely deserve to live the good life, to be happy, truly happy and fulfilled. To the point where our cup overfloweth. That's the promise. And there's so many of us that are yet to experience that. And when is our time? How much more of this darkness must we fight through? At the point I am, how I'm saying it, how it just seems like it's like the movie Groundhog Day, and but it seems like the same week over and over again. No matter what I try to change, you know, They talk about, start doing certain things different, and shift your timeline. But I've done so, I've started to wake up earlier. I try to go like different places, do certain different things, but I'm still doing all this completely alone. I've I've been by myself for a long time now. I go everywhere by myself. It's at the point where I feel like I'm literally like a walking anomaly in this matrix. And the matrix knows that I see it now for what it is. And it's just keeping me like like at arm's length. Like it's keeping me out. It's like I'm pushed out. I'm I am kept or blocked from doing certain things that I want to do. This may sound a little bit weird to a lot of you or a little bit crazy, but let's take relationships for example. Like I am, and this is again, I understand this is going to sound weird to you, but guys, I'm being kept from getting a new relationship. As hard as I've tried to, it's like, you know, every single female or woman that I find interest in, that I want to go talk to, that I want to move forward with in any type of way, it's like they're just another part of the system, and the system identifies me. It knows me. It knows who I am. It knows I know. And because of that, because I know the truth, it's not giving me anything. I am like so pushed away and ignored by so many people. Actually, seems like everybody. It really, guys, this can be so challenging because I get my days, I get my good days, I get my bad days, but lately it's been more like it's been becoming more and more bad days than anything, because it's really starting to bring me to a point of like an inner conflict, a heartache, a sense of depression, because I'm not being allowed to have or do certain things that would make me happy, that would help me be fulfilled. I do these videos because I am sure I'm not the only one going through this. And that's why I do this. Because I know how it feels to be out there alone, to feel like the only one of your kind, to feel like an outcast, to feel like that black sheep that has been set astray, that has been booted out of the system, that's not being allowed to do the things that we want to do, to get the things we want to get, or to travel, to see the world, to experience life to its fullest, which we all deserve to do. Otherwise, what is the point of being here at all? Aside from the fact, like I said, maybe our true bodies are laid up in some pod somewhere, being used as an energy source. It's just a reference. It's not necessarily the truth, but think about it. It does make sense. I feel that once we have been awakened, as I have, and we see things for what they are, we are outcasts. We have been outcasted. But when is that next shift where things actually go our way, where we prevail, where we can actually live and be happy and fulfilled and have the things we want and do the things that we want to do, rather than continuing struggling and suffering as we've already done in our entire lives, which is just wrong. Something's got to give. Something has got to give. And what it may end up having to be is that, as you know, one of us, hell, maybe even me, somebody is going to have to build some type of community, some type of platform, something where we all start coming together, where we all band together and start taking a stand for our existence on this earth. Because, guys, this ain't it. We are not created to be kept bound, to be kept like feeling like prisoners, just to be used as some energy source or something, or to help make these corporate companies richer and richer while they give nothing back to us for the expenditure of our energy, for our skills, our talents, our hard work. All these price hikes going up and up and up. Fine, you want to do that, fine. Times are changing, but at the same time, our pay rates should be going up too, not remaining the same. Because if it's just going to keep going on like that, what's going to end up happening is there's going to end up being the majority of the earth, the majority of society is going to end up homeless. We may all end up having to resort back out into the woods somewhere. But guys, guess what? See, there comes a problem with that too. Because look around, do your research. Unless somebody privately owns that land, that nature, those woods, the majority of it on this planet these days, the system, the governments, they have gathered it all up and turned it into federal land, federal parks, state parks. If it came to the point of us having to retreat back out into nature, we'll have nowhere to go because they own that too, and they won't allow it. Where would we go? Where would we go? I don't know, guys. I just know it in my heart that we're all going to get to where we are supposed to be, meant to be, deserve to be. We will get there. When? I can't tell you, but all we got to do is just keep hoping, just keep knowing that we will. We can't give up. This fight seems like there's no end to it, and it just keeps getting worse and worse, but I do believe that we are in the end game now. Somehow, some way, we will win. You all have a great rest of your Sunday on this rainy day where I am, but guys, I don't know, try to keep your heads up. I know it's hard. We got to get through it somehow. All right. God bless you all. Have a great rest of your day.